Assalamu alaikum, this is Mahe Kamil Hashmi, and today the topic of my presentation is the consonants of English. It is the unit number 3 of code 5658, which is the book of phonology. So moving to my objectives, the objectives of my presentation or the objectives of this lecture are to have the understanding of consonants, the classification of consonants, consonant clusters, double consonants and consonant diagraphs. So this picture shows that the speech sounds are divided into two groups. The first group is vowel and the second group is consonant sounds. So we will be having an overview of this classification first. I mean the classification of speech sounds. So the speech sounds, because the topic of my presentation is consonant, so first I will tell you about the definition of consonant. Consonant, a basic speech sound in which the breath is at least partially obstructed and which can be combined with a vowel to form a syllable. ये एक ऐसी डेफिनेशन है जो आप लोग कहीं मतलब याद कर लेंगे, लेकिन मैं एक सिंपल जो डेफिनेशन बताऊं तो ये है कि वोवल्स और कॉन्सोनेंट्स का फ़र्क क्या है. वोवल्स जो होते हैं उनमें आपके लिरिक्स और लिप्स के दरमियान बोलते हुए, यानी वोवल्स को when you speak vowels, there is no obstruction of air between your lips and the larynx, but when you try to speak or when you try to say a consonant sound, so there is somewhat an obstruction between the passage between the larynx and the lips. So consonant ऐसा एक sound है जो कि जब अदा किया जाता है तो थोड़ी सी obstruction होती है lips और larynx के दरमियान में. So speech sounds, as I told you earlier, that speech sounds are divided into consonants and vowels. Speech sounds are 24, 24 are consonants and there are 20 vowels. So the short vowels are 7, long vowels are 5 and 8 are diphthongs. I will be covering consonants today. As I told you earlier, that vowel is a sound which is pronounced with the mouth open and allows the air to flow freely through it from the lungs. For example, when you go to doctor asks you to open your mouth and you say ah. So you can move your tongue, you can move your jaw, but it will, but air will not be obstructed when you say ah. But in the consonant sound, the air is somewhat obstructed. For example, when you say the pa sound, when you pronounce the letter pa, so your lips come together first and then the air is released quickly when you say the sound pa. So this is the difference between vowel and a consonant. This is a table, or this is these are the 24 consonants which are the consonantal speech sounds. So we will classify the consonants. Firstly, we classified the speech sounds into two categories that were consonants and vowels. Now we are going to classify consonants into different categories on different bases. Again, this picture clearly shows that there is a classification on the basis of place of articulation and on the basis of manner of articulation. And in the vertical row, you can see that voiceless and voiced classification is also given. And it should be kept in mind that voiceless sounds are written first. For example, in this picture you can see that P, T and K in the first line are written first, so they are voiceless. You can have an idea of the voiceless sounds by this, or when you will look at the book, the sounds or the consonants at the left side of the block are the voiceless sounds, and on the right sides of the blocks are the voiced sounds. So coming on to the next slide, this is a table which is showing voiced as it is written a vibration and voiceless as it is written no vibration. It is basically showing that there are 9 voiceless sounds, which are p, t, k, f, d, s, sh, h and ch. and there are 15 voiced sounds, and you can see them, and they have also given the examples here, and they have also mentioned fricatives and stops here, but I'll continue with them in the next slides. So, what are plosive consonants, or what are oral stops? So, whenever the air is stopped completely in the oral cavity for a brief period, then it explodes with the release of the closure, producing loud noise to be heard. These are plosives. For example, as I have given you the example earlier, when you say p, your lips come together and the air is blocked, and then a loud noise is produced when you explode the air. So the plosives are six. There are six plosives, and two are bilabials, two are alveolar, and two are velars. And I will also talk about them here. Bilabials are the sounds which are produced when lips come together. Alveolar sounds are produced when the tongue touches the hard palate, or the alveolar ridge, and the velar sounds are produced when the tongue touches an area which is further back from the alveolar ridge, or which is the soft palate, you say. And you can have any individual understanding to get an idea of the plosives or consonants. So there are six plosives: p, b, t, d, k, and j. So I have taken this picture because it is clearly showing that three stops or plosives are voiced and three plosives or stops are unvoiced. B, j, and d are voiced. For example, boy, go, do, and p, k, and t are unvoiced. For example, pen, cat, and top. So just have a look at the following examples, which are showing that the words having consonants or plosives in initial, medial, and final level of the word. For example, in pen, the consonant is in the start. In paper, the consonant is in the middle, and in keep, the consonant is at the final place. So you can always have a look at the examples. I've tried to gather as much examples as I can, so you can have a better understanding of the topic. Out of the 9 fricatives, 4 are voiced and 4 are unvoiced. So these are the 9 English fricative sounds: v, f. The third sound is the sound. The third sound is voiced and it is the sound, like they, father, etc. And the fourth sound is unvoiced and it is the sound, like three, thrice, etc. The fifth is the, then sa. Then the seventh sound is basically the sound which is called j. For example, in pleasure, the sound is produced, and in measure, the sound is produced again. And the eighth sound is sh sound, like shine, and the ninth sound is her sound. So these are the 9 English fricatives. So coming towards nasals. Nasals or nasal consonants are the sounds which are produced through the nose, which include nose. The air passes through the nose. So you can always have an idea of the nasals, and there are 3 nasal sounds or nasal consonants, and they are m, n, and m, n, and ingma sound. So as in me, the consonant is m, and in no, the consonant is n, and in sing, this the ing is the ing is the ingma sound. So these are the 3 nasal sounds, and all the nasal sounds are voiced. So this picture also shows a classification of nasals according to voicing. The all 3 nasal sounds are voiced, and the place of M sound is bilabial. Try to produce this sound, pronounce this sound, and you will see that when you say it, your lips come together. So it is bilabial, and of course it is nasal. All three nasal sounds have the manner of nasal articulation. And when you talk about n sound, it is alveolar. When you try to say n, your tongue touches the alveolar ridge. And when you try to say ingma sound in sing, as in sing, your tongue touches further back the alveolar ridge. So it is ingma sound. For the affiliates, out of the 9 fricatives, 4 are voiced and 4 are also voiced. So the approximate sounds are L, as in lovely, flowers, difficult, V, as in works, Y sound. Y, it is represented by J, transcribed by J, like yellow, jet, and the last sound, but I think they have this table is not showing the correct fourth sound. Basically it is R sound, so this is not correct. Kindly tally it with the book. It is L, V, J and R. So we have talked about the classification of consonants, and now we are coming to the consonant clusters. So what are consonant clusters? Some words have 3 or even more, even 4 consonant sounds together, which are called the consonant clusters, and may be sometimes difficult to pronounce. So these may be found, number 1 in the beginning, number 2 in the middle, and number 3 in the end. For example, let's look at the examples. In when the consonant clusters exist or occur or come in the start, in the beginning, the examples may be script. I have made the words yellow, which are the consonant clusters. So SCR is the consonant cluster in script, as and SPR in spring and STR in struggle. When they come in middle, for example, sunglasses and describe, and you can see the yellow yellow letters. These are the consonant clusters. But the point which I am keen to mention here is that whenever the consonant clusters come in the end, it is necessary to note that we are talking about the consonant sounds. We are not talking about the letters. For example, look at the first example is clear. Pounds. It has 3 consonant consonant cluster consisting of 3 consonants. But in next, when you look at the word next, you find out that there is one x and there is t, and you say that there are 2 consonants. The word is ending at with 2 consonants, but it is not the case. You have to see the transcription of that word, and you see that it ends with kst. So it is a consonant cluster with 3 consonant sounds. And in the next example, glimpsed, you can see that in the end there are four consonant sounds, MPST. So it is a word with that is ending with four consonant sounds, or the consonant cluster having four consonant sounds. So as the line indicates, the number of consonant sounds is not adequately shown by consonant letters. So this should always be kept in mind while talking about the consonant clusters. So I have taken this picture to make you people more clear. You can always look at the examples. For example, when nasal sounds combine with stop sounds, as M or M is the nasal sound and P is the stop or plosive, so the word camp ends with M and P sound. So it is a consonant cluster with two consonant sounds. Okay, let's look at the G, or the last example, fricative plus stop. You know that S is fricative and S is fricative and T is a stop or plosive. So in this example best, there is a consonant cluster having two consonant sounds. So you can always look at the examples and make the concept clear. Now I will want to have a detailed overview of it. You can always ask me, or you can always search for it. So the new concept I have added here. I was just searching for my presentation. I found a new concept. It is not mentioned in the book. Consonant digraphs. Consonant digraphs are two or more consonants that together represent one sound. So for example, let's look at the example. It is not like the double consonants. It is different from that. The consonants P and H form the grapheme F that can represent the F sound in words such as nephew and phone. So two consonants are forming a grapheme and representing one sound. Let's look at some examples. So these are the examples of consonant digraphs. Sh, ch, th, as in thank, think, thump, Thursday, thunder, and v, what, wheel, and f, as we talked about this example. So I've tried to cover each aspect related to consonant. Even if you find any difficulty, even then you find any difficulty, you can always contact me. You can always ask me, so that I may also be adding to my miracle knowledge. And I've tried my level best to cover all the areas of consonants. So, and I was also searching for a quote that is related to phonology or phonetics, and I just found this. I would like you people to transcribe it. It is a transcription basically, and I would get appreciation if you will read it. So I took some minutes to read it, and I just got to know that what it is written. That it is written that be the change you wanna see in the world. So I found it very interesting, and I brought it for you people. So as far as the place of articulation is concerned, I did not really focus on that, but you can always ask me if you have any difficulty, if you find any difficulty. I hope you got my lecture, and I'm not very fluent in English, but I tried my level best to give you people an idea about consonants. So that's all from my side.